he ain't never had time for dough.
It's week 2 of the National Football League, and we've got the Titans' veteran wide receiver coming off a real nice game, 100 yards in that one. It's the Titans and the Steelers, and it comes your way next.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Tennessee Titans. Brandon Gunn with my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Titans in this matchup. Their offense is one that doesn't rely too heavily on just one guy. They like to spread things around as best they can.
You're right about that. It's a diverse unit, and they like to run their offense by what they call game plan, meaning each and every week they study the opponent, they probe its weaknesses, and they move the ball around that way. They emphasize who's going to get it based on what they think they'll accomplish in that game. Other teams, they're a system team. They're going to run what they run no matter what. I like this style of offense. It suits them well.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. This take it in at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
Complete to number 84. It's the gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
On second down, Newberry, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Well, still very early in the season, obviously, CD, but already key injuries that they've had to deal with.
And what's really difficult for a team is to try and maintain their focus when they feel like they've been a little bit snake bitten. It feels like every time they turn around, another injury crops up. How do they manage to hang together, get guys to play a little bit above their heads, and make sure that they're still afloat when their starters make it bad? And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers were the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll set up a throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
The first down pass. Complete to number 22. A 5-yard gain. Brings up
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. He'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Room here to run. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 49 yards. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And what I really enjoyed about that run and what made it so impressive to me was how he improvised along the way. Sometimes on a big play, you just get the football and you take off in a straight line and go. But this time, how about the artistry of that play? That looked a little bit like a Picasso to me.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. They run again with Jackson. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a Steelers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he get the feet down complete. He'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that's knocked away and incomplete. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. So already not the best to kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 21 carries, 87 yards.
As a good start to the season, they got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started, and they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge, and it's going to bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's a 2nd and 7. Wide open receiver complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the give, here comes Jackson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Back to throw. That's complete to Whitaker. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's caught by Jackson. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. And his kick here is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. On 2nd down now. Newberry, and not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
On now is the Titans punter as he's on to kick it away. .40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They're on the good side of this game right now with a lead, but they were on the bad side last week in that loss to Cincinnati, so now trying to make amends. They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
He's tackled at the 20-yard line. A 4-yard pickup on the play.
On the draw, it's Jackson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down, this is Jackson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run again with Jackson. The ball still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense set to go again as we eke closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because...
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. But Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick 6.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's got it to make it now 13-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Titans getting set and ready to go here for their next drive. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Flushed out right. And he will slide down, but a penalty marker down. And this may be all for naught. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw here. Dancing to his left. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if finally we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, Newberry. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On now is the Titans punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return.
The Steelers ready for their next possession. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Going deep downfield for Ross. And incomplete on the deep ball. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Whitaker. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season.
And the Steelers are able to widen their lead here in this 1st half.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this 1st half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this 1st half. Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the 1st half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the 2nd half.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half. They'll look to throw now on 1st down, eluding the pressure right.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. He stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
They'll drop to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that 1st half for the Steelers. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the 3rd and 4th quarters.
Meanwhile, for the Titans, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players and somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On the draw, here's Jackson. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. He'll drop to throw. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Titan football. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Here's Walford over the middle. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll try the left side. Newberry, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Second and 13. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On first down, Ramsey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They're going to look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. On third down, It's Ramsey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Newberry. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. On 2nd down, Newberry. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They'll run on 1st down. Newberry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. On 2nd down now. Newberry. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's a Titans touchdown from 10 yards out. And the Titans are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
That's interference. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Now the extra point. It's up and good, and it makes it 27-7 now. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told, and it ends with a Tennessee score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. Jackson now to return. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
On 3rd down, this is Jackson. And some room to work. And he will finally be taken down at the Titans' 24.
130 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And how about the situation that we're in right now, because this is the 4th quarter. So you know there's some tired legs out there on defense and probably some tired minds as well trying to chase guys around for 4 quarters. But this is where conditioning, athleticism, that separates the good backs from the great backs, and that was an A-plus effort right there.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They run with Jackson out of the gun. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Jackson looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. 3 tight ends up front here. 3rd and goal. Again, Jackson.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on third down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Now for the point after. And that stretches the lead to 27. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. 2nd and 4. He finds his man complete. It's Joseph. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review of this being inside 2 minutes of play. Everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Back to throw again. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. 3 yards remain for second down. They'll set up a throw, and that is caught. Now they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Point after, up and good. And the lead now down to 20. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They run on first down with Jackson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. second down, another carry for Jackson.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, let's be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Pittsburgh, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns.